William Hanner, Eden Hall Upper Elementary, Rams. Number 5, Dave Merlot, Archangel Gabriel Catholic School, Knights. Number 6, Brody Carter, Hudson Middle School Explorers. 9, William Sproul, Marshall Middle, Tiger. 10, Luca Filiaggi, Franklin Elementary, NA Tigers. 11, Jack Rio, Seneca Valley Raiders. 16, Colin Julius, Myers Area Centennial School District, Fighting Planets. 18, Carter Shoe, Peters Township Indians. Number 20, Cruz Armstrong, Eden Hall Upper Elementary, and we are Rams. Number 24, Brady Paris, Neil Armstrong Middle School, Central Park Blackhawks. Number 29, Preston Clutter, Hampton Middle School, Talbots. 34, Riley Alton High, Marbury Centennial School, Fighting Planets. Number 43, Cam Evans, St. Hilliard Parish School, Celtics. 77, Jake Starr, Seneca Valley Raiders.
Number 78, Austin Wu, Marshall Elementary School, Tigers. 88, Brandon Kaminsky, Marshall Middle School, Tigers. 90, Tano Law, Hay Middle School, Raiders.
Good evening from Chicago, and welcome, Swirly Nation, to the quarterfinals of the CCM World Invite Chicago. That'll match up the Chicago Mission and your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Quarterfinal action from Chicago. A home game for the Mission. Not their home rink, but their hometown. The Mission running through the competition, an undefeated streak, 3-0 so far. Penguins qualified in a tiebreaker. Having a 0-1-2 record. They were able to get the final seed to get in. And my guess is this is a team that the Mission were hoping not to necessarily see this early. But it's the matchup that they have. It's the matchup that we get. As the warm-ups continue here, we're looking at a potential early start, but we are waiting for officials to join us on the ice. While we're waiting, let's make sure that everybody tuned in is a subscriber. You know how to do it by now. Click the subscribe button below. Subscribe to the channel. We're happy to welcome you as we welcome people every single broadcast from all over the world. I know we have every game carried in Canada live as our friends to the north tune in. We've had games from the Canary Islands. We've seen people log in from Germany, Sweden, Finland, Japan. And we're excited to have each and every one of you here with us today on Cinnamon Swirl TV. We're in a holding pattern waiting for the officials. Hopefully you enjoyed the intro video, all the player introductions. That was a fun thing to record. The kids had a lot of fun with that. So the Mission and the Penguins mulling around here on the ice. And here they are, their officials hit the ice. Warm-ups concluded. The referees will check the nets. The Penguins and the Mission coming your way. The Mission today, the number 1 seed, they'll be in neon green. And when I say neon green, when we zoom out, folks, I mean neon green. It's like highlighter green. It's got black striping, black and a bit of gray with it. Your Penguins will be in black. All black. The black jerseys, the black pants, the black socks. Gold striping on everything. The gold Penguins logo on the chest and the iconic gold Pittsburgh Penguins Elite helmets. Today's starting lineup brought to you by the training table at the Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Go visit our friends there for your nutritional needs in between workouts, before workouts, at the conclusion of a game, a practice. They'll hook you up with all your nutritional needs to get your body ready for the next day's work. In net for the Penguins, wearing number 1, William Hanner. On defense, it'll be 16, Dalton Julius, and 90, Tino Villela. And up front, on the right wing, number 11, Jack Reel. The left wing, number 10, Luca Filiaggi. And at center, number 43, Cameron Evans. Looks like we have one official ready, waiting for a second one now as we continue to sit in a holding pattern here. See the support coming in on the chat. We love it. 24 of you joining us so far. We're waiting for the second official. You've just joined us here in the quarterfinal. Chicago Mission and the Pittsburgh Penguins lead. See some Let's Go Pens and some Pens fans who join us every single week. Also a special ode down in the D.C. area to the Squish Tender, the 2011 goaltender, as well as Nico and Lucy, Cameron Evans' cousins, tuning in. Please subscribe below if you have not done so yet. We want to keep those subscriber numbers increasing. We are going to set up, hopefully this week, an email address for you to send us your highlights, and we'll call them. You're going to send us a highlight off Mom's phone, off Live Barn, however you can get it. In the huddle. Tell us what happened. Tell us who scored, who made a great pass, or who made a fantastic save. And we'll call the play and list them. We'll send them out on YouTube. So we'll give you a chance to do that. We're going to set up an email address. So the players back on the ice continuing to skate here. There you can catch a glimpse of that highlighter green for the Mission. Will be the whole tournament here going without ace color commentary from Colby Armstrong. He's got the Penguins game today as they take on the Wild. Penguins defeating the Flyers on Thursday night, have the Wild this evening. That game will be going on right about the time our game wraps up. So a big day of hockey for a lot of you out there. Including color commentator Colby Armstrong, working, I think, the pre- and post games today on AT&T Sportsnet, so tune in there. Colby would be very interested to know that on the tour of eateries around the country, obviously we talked last time when we were in Chicago about the pizza, but we also discussed the dogs, and well, mission accomplished, folks. Chicago dog, Portillo's, let me tell you, A+. A+, maybe A++. As we were able to get a Chicago dog and a traditional Italian beef. Adding to the deep dish pizza, the Detroit-style pizza. when we were in Detroit, just adding the culinary cuisines from around the region. We've gone over the starting lineups, and now we're ready to drop the puck. Knocked into the Mission end. It'll be pressured immediately by Real. Real and Filiaggi into the corner. Filiaggi falls a bit, but he's able to get it to Real. Real wrapping around behind. He'll loft a saucer pass to Villela, who sends it in front. Evans taps it in. Rebound! Poked in on the Mission goaltender, and he's got it in his paraphernalia. So a good start there for the Pens. Opening face-off driven into the Mission zone. Evans turns a backhander towards the net, and I think it was Real popping the rebound that jumped into the air and landed, I think, on top of the Mission goaltender's pads. Evans taps it forward to the corner. Tries for the point. It comes weirdly off the wall, but Evans back on the puck, driving the middle, looking backside for Real. It's cut off by the goaltender. Real will get it after it goes behind the net. Switching with Evans. Evans turning in the corner. Battle will happen there, and they'll get it to Filiaggi. Filiaggi carries behind the net, leaves it for Evans. Following on, battle in the corner again. The Mission try to break out. They'll send it cross ice in order to do so, but it's past the stick of the forward, and Villela right back in, firing one that skips wide of the cage. Penguins executing a line change as Wu's on the ice. Wu with Carter and Armstrong, Kaminsky and Starr for the Penguins as the Mission get it into the Penguins end, and an arm is raised, and I think Starr's going to go off for a hook. Starr behind the net. Did he get the stick up? Maybe. I guess it's 6:30 back home, so the Penguins game will be on in about half an hour, actually. That's a bit of a tough call there. Watching the replay, it looks like Starr battling behind the cage. A bit of pushing and shoving, but they didn't see a hook. Doesn't matter what I saw, it matters what the referee saw. There's a minute and a half on the board of penalty time for 77. Starr and the Mission will go to the power play, working it from below the goal line to a wide open Cooney, whose shot sent wide. Alonso keeps it in at the point for the Mission. Twisting and turning back behind the net's O'Gara, pressured by Kaminsky. These teams have faced each other twice already. This is matchup number 3. They've split the series 1-1. Kaminsky behind the cage, working in behind. O'Gara there. As it's freed up, it'll be skated into by Ofteride. He banks it off the boards for Carter. Carter able to work it all the way out the center, where it'll be pressured by Wu. Alonso turns away from him. Goes to O'Gara. O'Gara off the skate of Keefe and picks it back up. Wu, long reach, able to dislodge the puck. Carter with it now, kicking it out the center. The Pens will get a line change, and the third set of penalty killers fly onto the ice as Cooney drives in. Toe drags around one and lofts a shot over the net. Where it'll be battled for in the corner. Cooney and Julius. Cooney comes away with it, tries to center to O'Gara. There's a hook there, no call. And a pickpocket as Keefe frees up. He'll come in, tries to go to the backhand, and Hanner says, no, sweet buttery crumpets. That was a beauty. Penguins penalty over as they work it back into the Mission zone. So an early penalty kill. Will the Mission gather some advantage from that, or will the Penguins get an advantage from killing off an early penalty? It's behind the net. Kaminsky banks it off the boards and is able to get control. He'll fire it all the way across ice looking for Sproul. That's picked off. They were about 2 steps off sides, no call. Evans will get to the puck. He banks it off the boards and gives chase as Sproul waves at it, but it'll be no icing. Icing waved off. So we don't have offsides or icing early in the first period. One each way. Chang will come through center. Looking to the outside for Heinrich. He drives it into the corner where it's defended by Villela, now Starr. Greer pops it back in behind the net for the Mission. Battling. Mission with the territorial advantage right now. But it will come free to Real, and he's loose, and he could get through from center. He tries to feather it across for Filiaggi, who sends one off the side of the net. Real will get to it behind the cage. Working and battling. Puck on the side of the net as it's dug out by Filiaggi for Real. Rolf tries to exit the zone, and it'll pop past the foot of Alfterheide. Real on the back check, trying to keep making a 3-on-2 as the shot skips off the blocker side. And picking it up on the opposite end will be Real. Real with Evans. Evans will center drive. Filiaggi cuts in front as well. Played to the backhand. His shot blocked by the goaltender. Filiaggi on the puck in the corner. Plays it to the point for Kaminski. Kaminski back to Alfterheide. Alfterheide will find the corner. And the Pens will get a change. Woo! Picks it up and jumps into the offensive zone. Onside play as Armstrong drives the net. It'll be worked all the way to the point. A shot from Kaminski goes through a bunch of bodies and it's stopped. A backhander from Carter sent wide to the cage. As the Penguins have some life here in the first. Under 9 to play as it's passed off their eye. He'll use his body to clear it around, and Wu will clear the zone to Armstrong. He'll tap it to the middle, a bit behind Carter, who leaves it and comes back for it. Over to the Mission bench, where they'll take control and try to gain the Penguin zone. Star there to turn it back the other way, and Wu like a train down the left. Coming in, looking, firing, and it's stopped and held by the goaltender. Great job being out on top of his crease right there. As the Penguins Wu gets the shot from the left dot. Face-off offensive zone for the Penguins to the right of the Mission net. Won by the Mission, cut off by Starr. He'll dump it back into the corner for Sproul. Sproul getting there, trying to work it to the middle. Just out of the reach of Paris, but he's able to tip it back to Starr. His shot blocked by the shin pad of Woods, who flies up into the neutral zone, but is turned back immediately by Villela. He finds Shoup. Shoup dances around 1, now 2. He'll shoot short side. Rebound pops out. Sent towards the net by Paris. Now back to the point for Starr, who dumps it to the corner. Penguins will change their defense as Shoup works in the corner with Sproul. Comes out to the middle. Off of Paris. And back to the corner for Sproul. Kept at the blue line by Julius as they'll battle away. And we get a whistle. A high stick coming. And nobody knows who it's on. It'll be 24 Paris headed to the box. So it'll be the Pens to a second PK. Evans and Filiaggi up front. Alfterheide and Julius on the backside. Filiaggi thrown out, so Evans will take the face-off. Loses his stick on the draw. He won it, but it was kept in by the Mission, where a battle will happen on the half wall. Spinning out of the corner. I think that's Cooney looking for the point. It's back to Greer, who banks it back off. Looking backside was Cooney. It skips over O'Gara's stick into the corner, and now we battle behind. It's ultimately to Filiaggi. He's hounded, and the puck taken back by the Mission. Now Alfterheide. Can he pop free? He will. He'll use the boards, and they'll say it's touched by Greer, so no icing as it's sent all the way back into the Mission end. Wu and Real on the ice up front. Starr and Kaminski on the backside as Real works it over to Kaminski. Kaminski, smart play to just clear the zone and dump it back down. Real with speed will pressure Rolf. Real with the long reach, knocks it free. Rolf nicely staying with the play. He's able to get it up to O'Gara, but it bounces over his stick to Kaminski. Kaminski tries to turn out of trouble, but it's poked off his stick. There's Cooney stepping in. Shot blocker side, up off top of the cage. A big save there by the Penguin goaltender, Hanner. Kaminski will get back to the puck. He'll fire it all the way down, touched by Real, but it's still icing. And the faceoff will come back into the Pens' end with 3 seconds left on the penalty kill. Wu and Carter ready for Parrish to bust out of the penalty box. A 0-0 tie, 6:04 to play here in the first period. We're getting some great pictures from around the country. Thank you all for joining us here on Cinnamon Swirl. Shot in, cleared by the Pens. Rebound, blocked out front and whacked all the way down the ice by the Penguins. It'll be on net, so no icing. A scramble play in front, Mission unable to pop it by. It'll be Miller regrouping for the Mission. His pass for Chang over his stick, so it's Julius to Villela. Villela up to Carter, and Carter into the offensive zone for the Penguins. Armstrong with the pressure, knocks it free. Wu follows on, but back come the Mission. It'll be Chang driving on Ofterheide, cutting to the middle, feathering one over backside. Shot comes in. There's Hanner with a pad save and a beauty. Spinning out of his own end, a little cinnamon swirl there by Armstrong. Now Carter, now Armstrong. Armstrong will keep the pressure on as Wu jumps in. His shot blocked, kicked way out top. Wu will stay with it, poking at the puck as the Mission will try to regroup. His name's a little too long for me, folks. And Sproul gets a stick there. He turns it back the other way. He can't get the shot through. Sproul will drive in. Two players go into the wall heavily. No call. It'll be back behind the net for Sproul. Centering feed right to Shub. His shot blocked. A great save there on Carter Shub. On the centering feed from Sproul. Shub kicking it down into the offensive zone again. Skate the stick. Centering pass behind Sproul. And Brady Parrish will give chase as the Mission try to sneak Henriksen out the center on a stretch play, but back come the Penguins. Shub, backhander, off the glove, trickles just wide of the net. Chances at both ends in this exciting one as Rappel comes through center, finds Henriksen. Villela keeps him to the outside with a phenomenal defensive play there. And it'll be Shub, who's had two great scoring chances on this shift alone, working to clear the puck, kept in. Into the corner, Villela. Villela and Parrish will battle. Filiaggi was able to get on, so the Penguins have some fresh legs on the ice. As Starr comes away with it. Oh, he's pressured, and Woods gets his stick on it. Turns it back the other way. Now it's to the point for Rolf. Rolf will put it around into the corner. It skips the whole way free to Villela, who tries to break it out Filiaggi's side. Villela will follow on again, and Filiaggi will end up with the puck. He banks it off the boards. He'll give chase as the puck's tipped up into the Mission bench, and we will get a slash, and your Penguins are going to get their opportunity on the Sir Pizza power play. I'm sure this game's blazing live at the Sir Pizza right off Rochester Road. So everybody there, welcome to the broadcast. This is your power play, folks. Order another beer. Evans, Filiaggi, Real as it's Real picking it up. Cutting to the middle. He'll fire one in off the pad. Evans' shot stopped by full splitsies by the Mission Tendy. Filiaggi now Real. Real to Filiaggi. Switches with Evans. Filiaggi will carry all the way behind. Snapping it back for Julius. Back to Filiaggi. He cuts to the middle. He's got Ofterheide. Ofterheide to Evans. Evans turning out of the corner. Stopping, starting. Cuts to the middle, but it's knocked off of his stick. Filiaggi will get there, but O'Gara will take it from him. And we get another penalty. Who's this one on? I think it's 10 O'Gara for the Mission. So the Pens, a 5-on-3 with 52 seconds. 5-on-3 power play, 0-0 game here. Mission getting their alignment of three players that they want. They'll throw them out again for the late change. Rolf will step in against Evans. Evans will win it over to Rio. Rio back to Star. Star to Ofterheide. Ofterheide setting it up to Filiaggi. Now Evans. Evans back to Filiaggi. And he fires it in! And the Serpizza power play strikes again! Tell Grandma! He found the cookies up on the top shelf as Luca Filiaggi roofs one. On the feed from Evans, a 5-on-3 power play goal. And the Penguins lead 1-0. The Pens will stay on the power play here for 1:19. Star gets it. Lofts it across to Filiaggi. He drives into the offensive zone. He's pressured, but it's right to Evans. Evans will dump it back to Filiaggi. Filiaggi turns towards the corner. He's defended nicely. Puck taken from him by Henriks. And now we'll get a penalty on the Penguins. A roughing call coming on Real. So things will get evened up. And we'll play some 4v4 hockey. So 4-on-4 for 1:03, and then a 27-second power play for the Mission. It'll be Star to Wu, and Wu will spin to center. He's got Carter turning at the blue line. He's onside, but he lost the puck. Back come the Mission into the feed of Star. He'll spin around at the blue line, tapping it forward. Wu gets in the way of the breakout there a little bit, and back come the Mission. Winding, firing, and that one will be wide of the cage. Kept in at the blue line by Rolf. Henriksen looking backside. He was trying for Heinrich. Couldn't get it through, but the Mission will set it up. This time it's Chang driving in. Able to dislodge it is Julius. He finds Carter. Carter winds through center, cuts back to the middle. He was looking for Wu. Villela steps in, takes a bit of a bump, and drives into the offensive zone. Plays it past the Mission defender into the corner, and he'll center one, nobody home. On the back check is Armstrong, now Kaminsky. Kaminsky to the puck. He'll go off the boards. Armstrong will gather it in at center. Armstrong ends up in a bit of a battle there. Kaminsky follows on to take control, and he tries to get it to Paris, but back come the Mission with speed. Keefe winds through, poke check of Hanner, and the rebound sent off the side of the cage. Dumped behind the net as a Mission player. Arm is up, and it'll be Villela headed off once the Penguins touch the puck, which will be now. And they'll have their turn, a brief 5-on-3 before what will hopefully end up being a 5-on-4 penalty kill for the Pens. There's 50.3 seconds left here in the first. Your Pens lead 1-0, but the Mission now, with their turn at a brief 5-on-3, followed by what will be their second consecutive power play. So the Penguins about 3 minutes worth of shorthanded time here. Filiaggi, Star, and Ofteride, the three Penguins. They'll get Real out of the box in 3 seconds. If the Penguins can win this and whip it up, Real's a guy that at center can make some things happen. Filiaggi getting instructions on how to take a face-off. Took a little longer than maybe it needed to. 3-2-1. On comes Sproul, backside for O'Gara. His shot blocked by Star. The rebound picked up and buried. And a power play goal for the Mission. I believe it was Cooney picking it up and firing it in. So power play goals on each side leaves it at 1-1. 41.6 to play here in the first, and we'll get back to 5-on-5 action. Sproul dangles into the offensive zone. Looks to the front, banks it off the side of the goaltender, and tops just past the stick of Paris. And up the wing comes Keefe. Off to right on the back pressure. Star cuts off the centering pass. Banks it off the boards, but kept in at the blue line. It's to Cooney, the Mission goal scorer. Plays it across for Rolf. Back to the point it comes for the Mission. Reaching for it off the ride. Cooney gets free to fire one off the shin pad of Jake Starr on a one-timer. Starr will get to it. He'll bank it off the glass out the center as the clock will expire. And we'll end the first in a 1-1 tie. No carryover penalties, despite the board saying so. I think they have trouble getting the penalties off of the clock here. So power play goals on each side, one from Filiaggi, the other from Cooney, and it's a 1-1 tie. The Penguins will deploy Paris, Sproul, Schub, Villela, and Julius. Looks like Henriksen, Woods, 20, Rappel, Miller, and number 6, Alonso. Parrish drives it into the offensive zone, leaves it for Schub. His shot wide of the cage, gathered in by Sproul. He kicks it behind for Parrish. A wraparound attempt won't go. Sproul digging in front, and it's covered and held nicely. Face off to come to the left of the goaltender. Here in period 2, it's Mission Penguins, Glacier Ice Arena. I think this is called Vernon Hills, Illinois, something like that. Quarterfinal of the CCM World Invite. Cleared up and out of the Mission zone. Pressure on Kaminsky as he winds at center. He's able to get it to Filiaggi. But it's right back on the Mission. It's Chang. Poke check there by Kaminsky. Frees it up to Starr. Starr to Filiaggi. Filiaggi to Evans. Evans will fire low. Pass off pads. Following on was Filiaggi. And it'll be slapped right back to Evans. His shot in front. Rebound. Filiaggi sends it wide. Real sends it all the way back to Kaminsky. Shot up high. I think it was blocked. Evans on the back check. Able to get control now. Filiaggi to the corner. It's Starr. Out at center as the puck escaped the Mission zone. Real will battle there, but on comes Draw. Firing one across to Chang, and Chang catches Hanner moving from his right to his left, fires it back to the blocker side. And he's able to bury it and make it 2-1 Mission. Off the ride to Carter. Into the Mission zone. Pressure from Armstrong. Pops out the center, but right back by Julius. An onside play as Julius will have to retreat now. Winds it back to Armstrong. He taps it towards the middle to Wu. That's picked off and back the other way comes O'Gara. Sending it to the other side. Cooney there, and Hanner equal to the task with the pad. Another centering feed. This one broken up by Wu. Wu winding out of his own end. Through the neutral zone. He'll gain the left wing side. Fires in front. One-timer attempt by Armstrong. And he couldn't get it through. Off the ride breaks it up. Finds Carter. Carter off the stick of Wu. No icing as it's into the offensive zone for the Penguins. Wu gives chase. His pressure frees it up for Carter. Carter looking to the point. Nobody home. And it'll be the Mission coming back out. Keefe fires it for Starr. who intercepts. Now Cooney spinning into the Penguin zone. He'll dump it in, and the Mission will get a change. The Penguin also in the middle of a change. And that stretch pass picked off by Miller. It's danger zone for the Mission. To the stick of Rappel, who can't get it through. Now Paris. Paris will fire it up through center, looking for another breakout play. That's also picked off by the Mission. And they'll set up in the Penguin zone. Starr dislodges the puck. Picked up by the Mission. They'll fire it across the front of the net. Nobody there. It was about hip high. And Sproul will come into the offensive zone. Tips it off the boards and looks behind the Mission forward. Sproul continues to battle along the wall, but dug out by the gentleman in bright green. Banked off the boards, back into the Penguin zone it comes. Starr to be the first one there in the corner. He'll carry it around behind his own net. There he's intercepted. A centering feed goes off of Schub and wide. Villela and Schub kind of come together. Both players down in the corner. As Rappel will dig for it, and Villela able to make a really smart play to bank it off the boards there to Paris. Villela will have to retreat, though, to get it again. Now Schub. Schub rips it up the wall. Drawn, spins to the middle. Knocked off of his stick by Starr. Can the Pens clear the zone? They will. Not far enough to get a change, however, as the Mission turn it right back in the Pens' end. As Chang cuts to the middle. And has it batted away by Starr. No icing on the play. And the Pens will get all 5 new skaters on the ice. A stretch pass attempt. This one connects to Heinrich. He fires it to Chang. Chang's unable to handle it, and Hander will pop it into the corner. Filiaggi. Filiaggi on the half wall. Pressured by the Mission. Pulling it out, looks like drawn. Now Ofterheim. Ofterheim about hip high for real. Evans pops it free, and Filiaggi will skate into it. He'll drive into the offensive zone, firing across ice, looking for Evans. It's picked off by the Mission, but turned right back in by Julius, who finds Real. Real fans on the first one. It comes off of Evans' skate right to a Mission forward. That's Chang. But the Penguins pressure, keep it in the Mission zone. Evans and Filiaggi work. Filiaggi taps it to the corner for Evans. He stops, twists, turns, nudges it a little bit more, looking for Real. It's ripped back around, though, to Julius. His centering feed off of Real's backhand, and back come the Mission, but the long reach of Real pops it back to their corner. Penguins with heavy pressure here as Henriksen tries to escape. He gets it past Evans, but no further than Starr. Drawn follows on as the Mission now inside of the Penguin zone, just inside the blue line. Before it's tipped out, it's Real getting free with it, but couldn't clear all the way. Starr will work it over to Evans. Evans will drive in the offensive zone, carrying it with speed. Wrapping around, he shoots one high short side that misses the net. It'll be picked up by Starr at the point, dumped back in for Carter. Starr again, but it pops free to center, where O'Gara will pick it up. Poke check there by Kaminsky. He maintains possession and gets a shot off. Nice defense there by Kaminsky. Forces it to the corner where Cooney will come out. His centering pass. He's looking for Greer. Unable to connect. Keefe keeps it in, but only briefly as Armstrong sends it back to the Mission end. Keefe will pick it up. Banks it off the boards for Rolfe. Pressure coming from Wu, and he snipes it right away. His shot skips wide of the Mission net. Centering feed by Villela. Turning with it, Carter. Penguins with some pressure here. Wu to the puck. Wu turning out of the corner. Dangles in front, banks one off of a shin pad. Freed up for Villela. His shot skips wide of the net. Armstrong wraps it around. Shoots it off the side of the cage. He's back to it, though. And the centering feed picked off by the Mission. And back comes O'Gara, crisscrossing at center, leaving it for Cooney. He'll fire backdoor off the stick of Julius and just wide. Back to the point and all the way by, and Armstrong will chase after it. Armstrong on the forecheck as Miller turns away from him and finds the Penguins in a line change. Keefe in all by himself. Hanner there to make the save. Penguins didn't have it deep, and they went for a change, and it a 2-on-1 there. Paris on the faceoff. Off the ride, gets to it, and rims it around for Shub. The Penguins will run a breakout. They try to get it to Sproul. It bounces over a couple of sticks, and Miller will pick it up in his own end. Chased by Sproul, disrupted by Shub. Rappel will get the puck. He cuts to the middle. A couple of Mission players off sides, but they're able to hold the line. Henriksen will get to the puck. He's bodied by Shub. It's freed up, and it'll be Ofterhide. Sent all the way back, though, past the reach of Kaminsky to the Penguin corner. He'll spin with it and try to go behind his net, but it's swiped away from him. Ofterhide there to break it up and get it to Sproul, who fires it back out the center, and here comes Carter Shub on the forecheck. A nice breakout pass there, and out comes, drawn in all by himself, another breakaway that Hanner gets a glove on. The Penguins changing again, hit with a full stretch pass. And this one ends up with a breakaway and a big save from Hanner. Evans leans in. Wins it back to Villela. Villela chips it off the boards. Past Heinrich. But it'll be a battle. It's kept at the blue line. Into the corner it goes. Villela chases it down, hunting the puck. The Mission come away with it. A backside feed, shot from the point. Defended by Villela, picked up by Reel, and Reel will fly up the left. Evans will try to catch up to him. That's an easier said than done task. He fires a backhander that skips over the cage. Evans there with the initial pressure. Now Filiaggi follows on. It comes to Reel. Reel trying to carry it into the middle. It's poked off of his stick, sent back in on the Mission net for a whistle. 2-1 Mission, second period, 5 minutes to play. And Hanner's been a big story in this one, stopping a number of breakaway attempts by the Mission. Face-off popped forward by Reel. Looking, finds Evans. Evans will fire one high short side. That's stopped and held. Filiaggi will lean in. Poked in behind the Mission net. Kept at the blue line by Julius to Evans. Evans fires one towards the middle, off of a stick, and back come the Mission. Evans with the puck, banks it off the boards, indirect pass to Reel. 2-on-1 develops. He's got Filiaggi driving the net. A diving breakup by Keefe. Keeps the puck from getting free, but Filiaggi will fire it to the middle looking for Evans. Filiaggi works behind the net now. Taps it over to Evans. Evans knocked down on the play. Back come the Mission. It's up, freed up at center for Starr. Starr will fire one in. The Mission will work a breakout. Pressure by Armstrong. Into the Penguin zone it comes. Wu gets there. And he's able to clear it out. He finds Armstrong, who escaped out the center. He'll dump one in from the blue line. And the Penguins will give chase. Armstrong, now Carter. 3:33 to play. Now Armstrong. Skate to stick. Looking. He centers it, but it's off the goaltender. Think he was looking for Wu. Back comes O'Gara, delaying. And it'll be Villela making a play on him as the Mission make a line change. Banked out the center. Armstrong gets there. It's sent back up to the Penguin blue line, no further, as the Mission were changing in the Penguin zone. They couldn't advance it. Woods in for the mission. Freed up by Starr. Starr to Carter. Carter to Wu. Wu into the offensive zone left side. Cuts to the middle. Comes free. Carter with a slap shot that's wide. Centering feed off the goaltender, and it's underneath him. And Carter was trying to bank it. Face off to the right of the Mission net. Paris leans in. Tries to go forward with it, but it's countered by Woods, who goes forward, and he sends one cross ice that trickles all the way in on Hanner. Paris again to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Mission. Back to the blue line. Shot blocked by Shub. Freed up to Paris, and he'll fire out the center. He tries to push it through to Shub. Between two Mission defenders, and the second one will get a hold of it. It'll be Ofterhide now in the Penguins' end. He reverses back right into Henriksen. And the Mission look to set up as Woods comes to the middle. He's defended off by Julius. Julius looking for Shub. It bounces just over his stick, but he stays on it as he pressures the puck into the offensive zone. Carter and Shub. Freed up. Evans turns one in on net. That stop. Picked up by Sproul. He batted it down with his hand. I guess we're going to call it a hand pass to himself. Face-off won by the Pens, fired in by Real, but turned right back by the Mission defense. Getting a stick on it, Starr, as they break into the corner. It's drawn, sending it around behind. Back to the point. Greer. And it'll be brought back on by Starr. He's pressured from behind by Chang. And Rolf will dance with it at center, finding Henrik. Henrik into the middle off the boot of Drawn. Winding it up, turning it back to the other side. A one-timer off of Rolf's stick. Just misses the cage as he drove right down Main Street catching a pass. Puck bouncing around a bit, comes free to Chang, now in front, right to the stick of Heinrich, who buries it and gives the Mission a 3-1 lead. Mission trying to enter the zone. It would have been an offside, but it's kept out by Cooney. Armstrong will find Julius. Julius to Armstrong. Armstrong fires it into the offensive zone. Under a minute to play here in the second. It's 3-1 Mission. Wu leans in. Wins it to Carter. Carter drives into the left-hand side. It's back to Ofterhide in neutral ice, though. Off the stick of Greer, it bounces in on the Mission goaltender, and the Penguins go to work with some pressure. Chased down by Carter. Wrapped around by Rolf, and he'll try to find Keefe on the breakout. Wu pinned to the wall as Cooney comes in. Takes the puck and runs the breakout. Rolf to O'Gara. To off the right as the horn blows. It'll end the second. 3-1 Mission. Paris leans in for the third period faceoff. Taken by the Penguins. Up for shoot. Penguins have come back in multiple games, and we're going to try it again here in this one. Penguins do have head coach Ray Conway back. Assistants Jason Julius and Chris Shue. Here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Again, remember to subscribe below. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. We sincerely appreciate it. If you enjoy the broadcast, please do us that one big favor. It'll be Starr in his own end. Up ice looking for Shube. Turned back by Woods, and Woods will carry it in to the left side by the Pens. The long stick of Parrish able to break that up. Puck support there from Starr, who comes out to the middle. It's knocked off his stick, and Rappel will fire one. That's off a skate and wide. Cleared around but not out as it's tied up on the half wall. Villela will battle. Now Filiaggi. Filiaggi and Villela. Popped back in behind the Penguins into the corner, and it'll be cleared by Villela. It'll be an icing. No icing. They must have waved off the icing. Rappel to the puck. Evans with the puck pressure. It'll be Julius picking it up, driving the right-hand side, dropping it looking for Filiaggi. Filiaggi into the corner. He stops and turns. Now it's Real. Real trying to center one. It'll come around behind. He does get it free. It'll be Julius at the point. He'll shoot one, deflects in front just wide. Evans, first one there. Fakes behind the net. Turns back the other way. Yanked down on the play. It'll be the Mission coming back the other direction. It's Chang around Julius, driving in, sending a pass backside that skips over the stick. Now Filiaggi will get there. Can he get it out the center? He will, but it's taken there by the Mission. Real with the pressure. Evans comes through, knocks it free. Filiaggi follows on. Henrik clearing it over to Drawn, and back in come the Mission. Pressure from Evans, now Filiaggi. Keeps it from entering the blue line, but a dump to Julius. Now Evans feathers it over for Real, but Henrik picks it off. Fires it back into the Pens, and Julius will collect it there. He goes off the boards for Filiaggi. Filiaggi taps it for Evans. Evans finds Real. Real spins it back to the other side. and is crunched. No call as Real comes away with it. It'll be the Mission back out the center. Weaving into the Penguin zone, it's Cooney. Firing one in, stopped by Hanner. Back to Alonzo. Alonzo D to D to Miller. Miller puts it in the corner for Keith. Sending one in off the pad of Hanner. Cleared by Starr. He'll find Carter. And Carter's up ice. Trying to play it past the Mission defense. Gathered up by Wu, but it'll be an offside play. Face-off one back to Villela. Battle at center, picked up by the Mission. Sending it across to Rapp. He's turned back the other way by Armstrong. A poke check by Wu. Carter will follow on. As the battle continues at center, it's touched about 35 sticks in the last 30 seconds. Julius will pick it up. He'll chip it back out the center, right into some trouble. But it's Carter getting to it and finding Wu, but it rolls off of his stick as we continue to play hot potato through the neutral zone and now into the Penguins' end. Wu chases it down. Banks it off the boards to Armstrong. He can't get control, so it'll be sent in on net. And a turning deflection by Rappel, stopped and held. It'll be Paris leaning in. Now the referee re-explaining faceoffs. Faceoff won by the Mission back to Rolf. To Chang, to Drawn. Paris tries to send it across ice. Picked off, but he'll get back to it. He'll work it to Shub. It banks off of his stick, and back comes Rolf. Up the left. Cutting in, hounded a bit, and it'll be a penalty coming up on the Penguins. It'll be 18 Shub headed to the box for a slash with 9:25 to play. So maybe the Penguins can get some momentum from a good PK here. Paris leaning in as the Mission knock it free to the half wall for Heinrich. Back to the corner, turning with it Cooney. He sends it off of a Penguin defenseman where Sproul will get it. He'll fire it the whole way down, so it's an icing. .9:11 to play. The Penguins have wound about 14 seconds off the clock. The battle draw won by the Mission. And it'll be Chang in behind. It skips past him to Starr. Starr wheels it around looking for Sproul. Tapped forward again there by Villela as the Mission drive in from the high slot and get a shot that's sent wide of the net. It'll be Paris picking it up and he'll clear the zone. Up to center. Poke checked, but he's able to spin it back in where we are offside. Biaggi steps in, brings it back to Julius, and the Penguins send it into the Mission. The Mission will look to set things up on the power play. sent to the Penguins line, and they'll be offside. The stick of Julius disrupting the break-in there for the Mission. Filiaggi leans in, face-off won by the Mission, controlled by O'Gara, but pressured by Filiaggi immediately. ADD play there to Miller. Miller will snap it off to Keefe. He'll send one cross ice off the stick of Alonso. Turning with it and pulling it back out to Filiaggi. Be hounded from behind. And he'll get a hooking call here as the Mission will get possession. A hook coming on Cooney. And it'll be 4-on-4 action for 15 seconds. .15 seconds of 4-on-4 before the Penguins will start a 1:15-second power play, looking to cut the lead in half. Real on the draw. He's able to tip it in behind. Turning with it there. Stopping, starting. Coming back to the other side. He's got Starr if he can find him. He'll end up finding Evans. Evans will tap it behind. Break free. Come behind the net. Fire back. A snaky backhander that's rebound. Sits out front. Cleared by the Mission. Evans gets to it. Finds Off-Drive. Off-Drive back to Evans. Evans to reel in front. He fires one. It's off the blocker. Evans back behind the net. Banks it off the wall for Starr, but it's not far enough, and it's brought out by Chang. Starr will pick it off at center. The Penguins clear the zone, so they'll work their way back in here on the Sir Pizza power play. Evans will regroup. Center ice. Cuts to the middle. Drives down Main Street. Breaks free. Fires one, and it's stopped and held. .45 seconds left on the penalty. To the Mission. Filiaggi to take the face-off. Off the boot of Evans. Cleared up and out of the zone, but it's picked up immediately by Filiaggi. Filiaggi back to Starr. Starr tips it up for Real. Real tried to drag it around Heinrich, and it's unsuccessful. But Starr will find Evans. Evans will pop it into the offensive zone. Out to play it, the goaltender clears it to the wall. Real tries to reverse it, looking for Evans, but nothing but Mission players there, and back they come. As Filiaggi will get there, kick it off the boards. Real gets possession, darts around behind. He's able to control the puck into the corner, twisting and spinning there. Evans was able to get off as the penalty expires. Carter's on the ice. Real will battle for it. Filiaggi now follows. Ultimately played back to Villela at the point, who gets control, drives down Main Street, shoots it just wide of the blocker side. Cleared up and off of Armstrong, down to center where it's gathered in by Starr. Starr taps it forward for Armstrong. Armstrong following on with speed. Tries to play it to the outside to Carter. That's picked off by the Mission, and they'll regroup in their own corner, but there's Armstrong to pressure. He forces the turnover to Wu, who sends it back to the opposite corner, where Carter and Armstrong will give chase. The Mission, freeing Rappel from the bench, able to cut into the Penguin zone as the breakout pass skips all the way through center. Rappel turning at the blue line, where the Penguins will turn it back. It's Armstrong dumping it in, icing if it's far enough and it is. Harris at the face-off. Won by the Mission. It's Rappel. Rolons. Twisting. Firing it in behind the Penguins net. It's Off-Drive. Getting it. Rim it around for Sproul. Sproul taps it forward, able to get it to Parrish, who's able to find center ice, but no further than Miller, who plays it back in for Off-Drive. Off-Drive. Fire one cross ice, finding Shube. Shube escaping to center. He'll drive up the right. Stopping, turning. Firing one to the middle. It's blocked back out. Shub will chase it down, and Julius will help along the boards. Shub back into the Penguin zone, tapping it forward and giving chase. Leaves it for Sproul. He hammers one that's sent wide and high of the net. I only wish that could have connected. Back comes Cooney. Offensive zone, defended by Julius. Stays right on the play and tries to pickpocket from behind. Back for Shub. Tapped back by the Mission, and they'll try to set up from their own blue line. Penguins starting a change as the Mission will dump it in behind. That's Greer. He dumps it and gives chase. Filiaggio battle on the wall. Getting help from Paris and Valella. Winding out of it though, O'Gara. He snaps one off of his stick and skitters one wide of the cage. Keefe gets there. Paris with the pressure. As the Mission controlling the Penguins. Knocked away from him by Paris. Cutting in front, Shub. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Valella. Kept at the blue line by Rolf. Winding out of the corner comes Cooney, sends it cross ice. Where a Mission player falls down, they got Filiaggi out at center. He catches it in front of the Mission bench where there's a ton of snow. And Filiaggi bumped to the side. He'll get back in the play, and we'll have too many men. A too many men call here on the Mission. As the player jumping on the bench had not come all the way off when the player coming from the bench jumped on, and the Pens will head to the power play. Too many men on Chicago. Keefe to serve the penalty, and the Pens will head to the Sure Pizza power play. A much needed Sure Pizza power play here. Penguins will call a timeout and gather around head coach Ray Conway. Your Cinnamon Swirl team here bringing you today's quarterfinal action from Chicago between the Mission and the Penguins. Cameraman Bobby Starr bringing you the beautiful images you see today on your screens. Producer, the man behind it all, Nick Paris. And myself, the play-by-play voice of the Penguins, Jeremy Evans. We're happy to bring this one to you. 44 of you around the globe joining us here today for the quarterfinals. Make sure you're subscribed below. We love the support. Referee blows his whistle and the Penguins will look to break the huddle. The Penguins power play will be Evans, Real, Filiaggi, Ofterheim, Starr, and Paris. If that sounds like 6, it is. The Penguins have pulled their goaltender. Evans wins the draw. Controlled by Real. Spinning out of the corners, Evans. Twisting and turning. Cutting back to the outside. He'll wrap it around behind for Filiaggi as the Penguins possess. Behind the net for Evans. Evans looking. He finds the stick of Real. And it's in behind the net. And the Penguins have tickled the twine on the Sir Pizza power play. Another feed from behind by Evans. Finds somebody in front. I don't know who it was. Real got the first whack at it. It might have been Paris in front. Real and Paris both in front of the cage. Now Filiaggi on the faceoff, frees it up to Real. 3 minutes to play here, 3-2. Real cuts to the middle, drives in, fires a backhander wide of the cage. Hunting the puck from behind is Evans as it's fired out to center. Picking it up, Cooney, into the feed is Starr, picked up by Evans. Mission maybe trying to draw the call there. An easy fall on the play as it's set all the way in wide of Henner for an icing. So the power play's over. The scoreboard in the arena still shows 37 seconds left. We've got 2:38 to play here in the third period, a 3-2 Mission lead. Carter wins the draw towards Wu. Battle on the boards. Wu's able to pop free with it. Wu to the corner, pinching down the boards. Comes crashing the Penguins defenseman. That's Julius, who ends up with the puck. Drives out to the middle, fires a backhander. Stopped out front, rebounds covered up by the Mission goaltender. A great save there. That's Woodard in net for the Mission. Paris will lean in. Puck pop free to O'Gara. O'Gara hits Keefe, and Keefe's free up the right. Winding it on Hanner, and it's off the pipe. Schub gets there. Schub looking for Sproul, picked off by Waldeck. Dude said that name a lot. I'm gonna make sure I had the right kid. Didn't want to call somebody by the wrong name. Puck bombs out in the front of the Penguins net. Battled for, back to the point. As they'll fire it around to O'Gara. Stopping, starting. Sending it back to Miller at the point. He'll cut back, finding Waldeck, who fires one off of handband. Paris and Starr do battle in the corner. Starr will come away with it. Trying to bank it off the boards to get it to center. Schub follows on, but it's right back into the pen zone for Keefe. Keefe to O'Gara. O'Gara goes to the backhand and tucks it in. O'Gara on the backhand. Pulls it around the pad of Hanner, and with 1:19 to play, it's 4-2 Mission. The Mission strike right back. So the Pens will have their work cut out for them. 1:19 here. They need a pair to send it to OT. Evans wins it to Filiaggi. Back to Evans, tries for Filiaggi again. Once, twice, three times. Not a lady as it's dumped in by Drawn. It'll be Kaminsky picking it up behind the Penguins' cage. He'll stop and reverse towards Filiaggi. It's knocked off of his stick where Villela will gather it in the corner. We'll bank it off the boards for Filiaggi. He's unable to escape the zone first time, but he'll try a second time, where it comes out the center. Real poking at it, couldn't dislodge it. It'll go off Filiaggi's head and into the Penguin bench. 47.4 to play. Evans on the draw. Won by the Mission back to Miller. He'll wind it all the way into the Penguins' end. It'll be Julius giving chase there. Julius tries to bank it off the wall for Real, cut off by the Mission. Filiaggi will pick off a centering pass and find Real coming through center. Real up the left-hand side, carrying to the outside into the corner. He'll leave it for Evans. Evans driving inside, fires one off the goaltender. Puck sent all the way down. It's wide of the empty net. It'll be an ice. 23.1. Evans, Real, Filiaggi, Wu, Alsterheide, and Starr. The Pens will try to score with 6 again. Back to Alsterheide. Over to Starr. He'll fire one. Free for Evans. He can't get it through. Now Alsterheide. Alsterheide will fire one. Blocked by Chang. Kept in by Filiaggi. Turning with it, Real. Real looking for Evans. Evans taps it back for Filiaggi. Now Starr. Between the legs of Evans. Back behind the net is Wu as time expires, and the Mission have beaten the Penguins here in Chicago to advance to tomorrow. And the Penguins will head home after losing a quarterfinal matchup to the Chicago Mission. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to all of our subscribers. And be looking for that web link. Follow Cine TV on the Twitter for updates on that. We'll talk to you all soon. Thanks for joining us. Next week we'll be in Cleveland.